Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today me and Connor are kind of kicking off our new content a bit early, a bit more longer form. We were planning to do club rebuilds in the summer, how to make clubs a bit better if they're having poor seasons. But we're bringing it a bit forward for one club in particular, that is Manchester United.
Yeah, I think it needs it.
Yeah, I mean, all over social media, every day is a new problem. So we're just going to basically have a little rebuild. We're going to analyse what's going wrong on the pitch and behind the scenes, what they can do to change it in the summer, and what we would do if we were Amorim, signings we'd make, anything like that. So we've sort of taken inspiration from Sunday Vibes from Football Day, if you ever watched that. So let's just get into it. So let's start off with where they're struggling, mainly on the pitch, poor results.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going back a few years, you know, the sackings they've had, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Erik ten Hag, been pretty on the pitch, and ever since I'd say 5 seasons ago, there's just been a steady decline.
Yeah.
And that comes with loads of things. You know, you look at the stadium, you look at the behind the scenes as well, the stuff like that. So obviously we'll get into that. But yeah, for me, it's just been a steady decline, and
Definitely.
it's coming to sort of a head point now where, you know, they're looking 15th now, you know, and it's starting to look at relegation maybe. And I know it looks far off, but it's got to be talked about.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, it's got to be talked about now. So yeah.
Yeah. So should we start with something we've criticised them before in past videos? Is overspending.
Yeah.
You know, Maguire for 85 million. Yes, he's a good player.
Yeah.
But is he 85 million's worth? No.
That's it.
Rasmus Højlund for 70 million.
Yeah.
When he was very unproven.
Yeah.
70 million for a pass at Casemiro.
Yeah. We
could go on. Do you want to mention some more signings?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a list of signings from about 5 years ago. They're sort of main big signings.
Yeah.
2020/2021, Van der Beek for 35 million.
At the time, it seemed like a good.
100%. Good bit of business. Never played really a string of games for him. Never got a look in. Then sold for 500k. You know, that's Man United all over. They spent a total of 75 million as well in that window. The 21/22 season, they bought in Jadon Sancho for 75 million. Yet to have a major impact in the team, I'd say. I don't think he's ever really, you know, stated his claim as a number one. Rafa Varane as well for 40 million. I think I'd say he was an alright signing, but he was an injured for a lot of it. Total spent 120 million. Then the next season after, Anthony, they bought him in for 85 million. All full 2.5 seasons, consistently underperforming, and was never really, you know, up for it in terms of making that jump from the Eredivisie to the Premier League. Casemiro, as you mentioned, 60 million. He was great in his first season, I think. He contributed quite a lot going forward, and yeah, just fell off a cliff after that. And Lisandro Martinez for 50 million. It's probably the best out of the bad bunch, I'd say. You know, he's sort of got that old Man United, you know, sort of character about him, I'd say. But the actual on-field performances are awful.
Yeah, I don't rate it. He's got but the thing is, I've said it before, South American centre-backs, he's got all the aggression.
That's it.
But no performance.
That's it.
It's not a good sign.
Yeah, so I'm just going to brush over the rest of the signings. Højlund, Mason Mount, Andre Onana in the next season, 170 million. And then this season, Lenny Euro, 55 million, Agate, 40 million, De Ligt, 35, and Xerxes, 35. A total of 200 million in that window. And the total of 5 years is 765 million pounds. Across that, and for me, that money has made them a lot worse. It makes no sense.
We've had this conversation in private as well. Obviously, I'm not just saying it because you're here and you're a City fan.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get branded about with the big spender tag.
That's it. Yeah.
But haven't Man U have got like a bigger net spend?
That's it. Yeah, way over our net spend. And yes, people make the argument of we bring in a lot of commercial stuff, but that's been going down in quite a lot in the past few years. I think City recorded the highest revenue when we won the treble in that season. For me, it's just been awful past 5 years.
It's just poor investment really in squads. Like you mentioned some of the signings there. De Ligt I rate because he's actually been doing okay.
I think he's been okay. I don't think he's upgraded him though. I don't think he's
35 million is not a bad price for someone like him. Euro could really be anything. He's only like 19, 20. He could really be anything at this point.
Yeah.
But let's move on from the pitch and move to the back of the club.
Yeah.
Recently as well, you know, a lot of staff getting fired, 100%. A lot of cost cutting.
Yeah.
But the reason this is happening is because of the poor spending on the players on the pitch.
That's it.
You know, you've got big players on massive wages. You've got Casemiro on nearly 400k a week.
Yeah.
You've got Onana probably on about 200k a week.
Yeah.
Kobe Mainoo wants a pay rise. Yeah. And he hasn't really. He's a good player, but he hasn't done enough for me to earn that sort of money.
I think he's looking around and thinking, wait, Casemiro's on 300 grand a week. You know, Maguire's on 100. I'm level, if not better than these guys. So I get what he means, but he hasn't proven that yet. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't proven it season in, season out.
And there is one point I want to bring up, and
Yeah.
I say this every time I see it, and he is a legendary manager, legendary figure, but I do think, and it's going to be controversial, I think they need to limit the aura, basically, of Sir Alex Ferguson at the club.
Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah.
Like, obviously it's his club, he built it up, and I'm not diminishing that, but he's there every game, he's involved in backroom decisions.
Yeah.
Move on. You know, he retired in 2013. Just let the man live in peace.
Yeah, going on to the off-field stuff as well, like their stadium, for example. You know, like multiple issues reported on social media. You see it all the time: leaking roof. You know, chairs being screwed back in for 15 minutes before kick-off. You see mice infestation, all that stuff. Like it's a total wreck, really. And I'm hearing there are some sort of negotiations about, you know, moving the stadium or expanding the stadium, repairing it, whatever. But there's no real timeline set. There's no real date set in match where they're going to start this. And, you know, it's one of the main things. You know, I'm speaking years ago when Gary Neville highlighted it, how it was diminishing. And now they still have it. It's still the same. You know, there's no real upgrades in the stadium, and it just needs to be renovated, and there's no real timeline for that.
It's not just for stadium as well. You see a lot of players who have played there in the past comment on the facilities, Ronaldo being the biggest one. He said, like, for a top club like this, because he's a winner, he knows what it takes. He says, you need to upgrade the facilities. Nothing was done, and he left the club, what, 3 years ago?
I mean, no, he said, didn't that he had the same facilities were there when he left Man United, and when he come back,
that was 2009,
they were still there. They were still the same sort of stuff.
So should we move on to the players who we'd keep and sell?
Yeah, go for it.
We've done this before, so we're not going to go in depth.
Yeah.
But we're going to do who we'd, if we were Amorim, who we'd sell in the summer and who we'd keep. Go position by position. And me and Connor are going to say if we're going to sell or keep the players if we were Amorim. So should we start with the goalkeeper, Andre Onana?
Yeah, I'm selling.
Same. I mean, I think you can probably get about 40 million for him in this market.
I'd say
it's not
so.
too bad. By India, I'll keep just for a backup.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he had a shaky start, didn't he? But he seems like he'd do a job.
Yeah, Tom Heaton I'd keep just because apparently he's good to have around the dressing room.
Yeah, it's sort of like Scott Carson role.
Yeah, literally. Should we start with the wing backs?
Yeah, go for it.
I've got Malacia in myself.
Yeah, I'd say Malacia.
Can probably get about 10 or 15 mil from him.
Yeah, hasn't made an impact at all, has he really? No.
Luke Shaw. Sell. Yeah. I mean, I've put down you could get 10 million for him, but you might not even get 10 quid for him at this point.
Nah, yeah, the guy hasn't probably ran a string of games.
He hasn't played in a year.
There we go.
I mean, Antonio's broke his leg and he's back in the gym.
That's it. He's appeared more in Money May TikToks and, you know, Old Trafford appearances.
Honestly. Christian Eriksen, contract expiry.
Yeah.
He said he don't want to renew.
Yeah.
Same with Victor Lindelof. I think they'll just let him go on freeze, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Casemiro.
Yeah, I'd sell Casemiro. Yeah.
I think you can get about 30 million for him. The only hope is Saudi.
30 million, I don't know.
Yeah. Although he has said he wants to wind down his contract. That's going to be a problem.
He's still got a year and a half left on his deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's mental.
And you know that compensation is going to be expensive.
Yeah, 100%. He's only throwing 50k a week just to, you know, be there and not even do a good job.
This is what the problem with Man United is.
Two players get too comfortable.
Yeah. On big money.
Yeah.
Right. Kobbie Mainoo.
I'll keep him. Yeah.
I'm controversial. I'm going to sell him.
Okay.
Because I've put down here that he's, 19, 20, he hasn't really had any big performances, but yet he wants such a big pay rise. This is the sort of culture, man, you need to eliminate from the club.
Yeah, maybe.
Not based on performance, I'll keep him, but the way he's acting, and he hasn't really put consistent game time together. Yeah. And like I said, it's the stuff I need to move past now. He needs to be more cutthroat now. Mason Mount, sell.
He's a car crash of a signing. Like, when he first come in,
I rated it.
I didn't rate it at all. I felt like I don't know what Mason Mount's good at. I still don't know what Mason Mount's good at in terms of, is he a great passer, is he a good dribbler, is he a good shooter? Like, he's not a great player in any of them. I'd say he's more of an engine. Like, he just runs around and looks busy.
You'll probably get about 20 mil from that.
Yeah. Obviously English, you know, helps out.
Maybe even more than that.
And he's still quite young. He's probably mid-20s, isn't he?
Yeah,
so
he's like 25.
That's 26. It. Yeah, so you can still get the best out of him. Forwards.
Yeah.
I've got Rasmus Højlund. Sell.
Yeah. I mean. I don't know what to say about this, man. I said it in the previous video. Mikel Merino equaled his goal tally in one game.
Yeah, and half a season in Serie A, and that warrants a £70 million move. Like, it's ridiculous. It's
like you said, it's because it sounds like Haaland. That's literally it. But there's glimpses, but like we said, you want to see results.
That's it. Yeah,
and it's not happening.
Yeah, who else we got?
Garnacho, I'd sell him.
If you can get good money for him, I'd sell him. But I feel like he's got that ability still. I feel like there is a player there.
I don't know. I think they just should have got rid in January.
Yeah.
60 million. He's not worth that.
No.
Cash in.
Yeah.
You know, his end product is fucking dog shit.
That's it.
All he's got is he's a bit quick. That is literally it.
I mean, I feel like for now, the Man United now, he's good enough now. But in a few years' time, if they're getting better, then maybe I think they should sell on.
Again, it's another contentious one.
Yeah.
But I personally, if I was Amorim, he'd be on the shopping list.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd keep him.
Yeah. Jadon Sancho, sell.
Sell, yeah.
I mean, I think Chelsea are in an obligation to buy, so it's not an option, it's an obligation.
I think we've probably seen the best version of Sancho in a while. Obviously, the best version was Dortmund, but like the best version for a while has been at Chelsea. And yes, he's fallen off a cliff in the past few weeks, but why not? You know, why not? Why not take a chance on him? He can be a good player. Man United is a toxic club. Players get so much better when they leave there, so I think it's worth a gamble in selling him. Yeah,
talking about that, Anthony, I've got him to sell.
Yeah.
I think Betis will buy him.
I think he probably wants to go now. Now he's seen how he's doing outside of Man United.
He said he's happy there.
That's
as well.
it, exactly.
So look, you're going to take a big loss, but that's what you get for overspending. You're going to have to take these losses.
That's it, yeah.
So Anthony to sell.
Yeah.
Hoyland we've spoke about.
Yeah.
Rashford sell. I think he'll go Villa. The way Emery's talking about him.
He's making a big impact as well. Like that, the FA Cup game yesterday, he got I think a goal and assist or 2 assists in the game.
Yeah.
So he's doing really well at Villa, and as you said, Unai Emery is a big fan of him.
Good player.
Yeah.
Lisandro Martinez. I forgot about him. I would sell him.
I don't.
Again,
mind.
it's another contentious one.
It's sort of we contradict each other on Lisandro Martinez. I think I feel like there's still a player there, but not a starter. I feel like he's a good player. He always gives 100%, and that's what I like about him. But his 100% ain't great at times, you know. But majority of the time, he's okay.
And I'm doing it from the point of view of I'm Amorim.
Yeah.
I would get rid of him. I don't think he suits the system.
Yeah, I mean, I'll gloss over the rest of the players that we haven't said. Lindelof, I'd sell.
Yeah.
Mazraoui, I'd keep.
Yeah, I'd keep Mazraoui. He's a good hard worker.
Maguire.
Yeah, I'd keep him. You know, he can play in a back three.
Yeah.
Amorim wanted him to sign an extension as well.
Yeah.
There's something about Maguire that managers love.
He's just solid, you know. Like, yes, he has bad games, but majority of the time he's solid, and I feel like he's got a lot better under him, even though Man United got a lot worse. Yeah,
the Lit I'd keep because he's done well recently.
Yeah, Dorgu, obviously new signing, keep him.
I mean, there is glimpses of his talent there.
Yeah.
He's very raw, but I think he can learn a lot.
Johnny Evans,
I'd keep him, but have him as backroom. Let his contract run down, and then have him as backroom staff because he knows the club. You know, he can mentor the younger players in Euro, Dorgu, all of that. I just think he's a good backroom staff.
Okay, fair enough. I'd sell him. Bruno Fernandes. It's a bit controversial. Yeah. A lot of people say I'm selling him, but I'd keep him as well.
He's their most creative player.
That's it.
He's their best player, probably aside from Ahmad.
Yeah.
He'd be stupid to. You'd be stupid to get rid of him.
Agate.
Keep. He's done well. He's showing his previous form recently. You know, the form that got him to move to PSG.
Yeah, I feel like he's been okay. I don't think he's lit the world up yet, but I think like he's done a good job in there. He's a step up from Casemiro and Eriksen. So
I think he can develop.
Yeah, Ahmad straight keep. Yeah.
The thing is, would you play him as the wing back or a floating 10?
Ahmad.
Yeah, because he can play both.
I feel like he's playing more on the wing though, isn't he? Like they play sort of the wing backs, then the wingers ahead of him. I'd definitely keep him on the right wing. Xerxes.
You know what? It's controversial, but I'll keep him.
I'll keep him as well.
Because he's shown glimpses of his talent, you know, how he sat down Saliba in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know, there's something there, and they didn't spend as much on him.
Yeah, I feel like it's his first season, do you know what I mean? So it's let him have a season to bed in. If he's still bad the second season, then start questioning whether he needs to go or not.
So shall we move on to the signings we make?
Yeah.
So going through this list, let's highlight the positions we need. So we need a starting goalkeeper, a left wing back, a centre back. Would you say 2 defensive midfielders or 1?
Well, I've gone with 1. But,
okay, I've got 2, but I can suggest 1. That's fine. An attacking midfielder.
Yeah. I mean, Bruno Fernandes is there already, but okay.
It's just because the way Amorim plays, he wants 2, doesn't he? So
True.
And a striker. Yeah. So which one? So should we go for 3 positions out of those, and like what's the most important? I think goalkeeper's most important.
Yep, I've got a goalkeeper. I've gone with a central midfielder as well because I've got rid of a few in my keep and sell.
Okay, so that's fine.
That's one of mine.
Well, one of the players I've got can cover the whole midfield.
Yeah, same.
And I want to say a left wing back because we got rid of Malacia and Shaw.
Okay, well I've gone with a striker. So you can go with left wing back or go striker if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a position for all of them. I've got a player for all positions.
Yeah, we'll just go through the list then. I'll chime in with the ones that I have.
Yeah. So let's start off with a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Starting goalkeeper, obviously.
Yep.
I've gone with Diogo Costa.
Yeah, okay.
You know, at most you'd probably get 50 million for him.
Yeah.
Also, just highlighting, I do want to say, with the budget we have after the player sales, in a realistic reality, a dream reality, we've got about, let's say 350 to 400 million from player sales, if you get the max value.
Yeah.
So should we say 300 million?
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
budget?
Yeah, okay.
For me, Diogo Costa, about 50 million, which for a goalkeeper is really good.
Yeah. I think the thing with Porto is they're known for charging big prices. Obviously, I don't know. That's why I went for a slightly cheaper goalkeeper, but yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
I've been watching some like highlights of him, and his reactions are really like up there.
Yeah.
His like close range shot stopping is insane. He's the number 1 for Portugal and Porto.
Yeah.
You know, he's Portuguese. Amarim would have seen him up close, so he knows what he's about.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very good signing.
Yeah, fair enough. I went with Lucas Chevalier, the little goalkeeper.
Little goalkeeper, yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah.
As you said, watched a few highlights of this man, and his distribution is top tier. You know, he's long range passing, short range passing, and it suits Amarim's style. You know, the way he wants to build out from the back.
Yeah.
And the thing that reminded me of David De Gea in terms of his reaction save, sort of maybe what you've seen with Diogo Costa. Yeah. He's honestly, some of the saves he makes are out of this world. And you think,
Costa as well,
and it's like De Gea. Like, how some of the saves he makes, how does he make them? You know, like it's sort of one defies odds really. And yeah, he's under contract till 2027.
2 years.
Yeah, and he's valued at around 30 million. So
that's a lot better for PSR.
Yeah, and Lille they're not known for charging huge amounts. Obviously, Ligue 1 not as highly competitive league, so they can't really charge as much.
Yeah. Okay, so out of those two, who should we go with? Because we're building an 11 of how we'd line up next year.
I feel like Diogo Costa's more proven.
Yeah, but he's a bit more expensive.
Yeah, so I'll go with Diogo Costa.
Yeah? Okay, so Diogo Costa's our goalkeeper for the next season.
Yeah.
We said left wing back next, didn't we?
Yeah.
I've gone with the man you suggested. I think you suggested it, Miguel Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Because I remember you saying it in a video before, and I looked at his stats, and you know, he's got a release clause of 29 million.
There we go.
Which is a bargain.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen his stats as well.
Yeah.
So sorry if I've nicked your stats.
No.
But he creates 3 shot creating actions per 90, 4 progressive passes, and an 84% success rate.
That's it.
Yeah, he's 23 as well. He'll be 24 in late July, so it's a really good age.
That's it.
For less than 30 million in this market, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So our left wing back's Gutierrez.
Yeah, Gutierrez sounds good.
So should we move on to should we choose a centre back? Is a centre back?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Right, I've suggested him a lot. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
Fikayo Tomori.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah, I mean Milan still want to sell.
Yeah.
He's played less than 1,000 league minutes at the time of recording.
Yeah.
Premier League experience with Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's strong, fast. You know, he'll be good for that 3-back system.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know these stats are going to be a little bit juiced because he's played limited minutes.
Yeah.
But he averages 4 progressive passes per 90 from the back.
Yeah.
92% success rate as well.
Yeah.
And of course, there's other English players at the club, so that can help him gel in. I just think that back three of like him, Maguire in the central centre back, and De Ligt will be a force.
And I feel like he's got unfinished business as well in the Premier League.
Definitely.
You know, like he had a good stint at Chelsea, and then obviously got a big move to Milan. So maybe there's still more to see of him in England, and that will get him into the England squad. I think. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel brings that. You know, he looks around Europe. I think more rather than in England.
Does,
So I feel like he's going to be a target for a lot of big clubs in England. So perfect for Man United. So it's a good shout.
So should we have him as our centre back?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've got a midfielder.
Yeah,
so,
same.
Yeah.
I've got 2.
Okay.
But I'll suggest this one because he's a bit more experienced. But I'll let you go first.
Okay, I've gone with Frank Zambonagita from
that's
Napoli.
a sight. That'll be tough to get him out of Napoli though.
Contract expires at the end of the season.
Okay,
so I feel like it's the perfect time to get him. He's got 5 goals and 3 assists from that central midfield position. Perfect box-to-box midfielder. His defensive numbers are really good.
He's a unit.
Exactly, yeah. And another one that's sort of got unfinished business in the Premier League. You know, and that stint at Fulham where he was awful. That whole Fulham team in general was awful. I don't know how Scott Parker got that team relegated, to be honest, because you look at the players from there that are performing now, they're all Premier League standard players. So it's mental. But his contract's at the end of the season, so it'll be a free signing. Yes, he might demand a little bit more wages because he is a free signing. So, but I feel like you're getting a perfectly good player who's performed well at Serie A, performed well in the Champions League as well. I'm thinking performance against Liverpool where he beat them 4-0. So he's got that quality. So yeah, Zambo Anguissa.
It's a good shout. Do I go with my more experienced shout or my younger shout? I'm going to go with my more experienced shout.
Okay.
I've gone with Leon Goretzka.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Leon Goretzka, he's played less than 1,000 league minutes for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
His contract's up next year, so he's only got a year left of his contract. You know, he's good at both ends, really box to box. 4 goals, 2 assists, averages 2 tackles and blocks per 90, 8 progressive passes, 91% pass accuracy, 2 progressive carries as well. And he's only valued up to about 25 million.
That's it. I mean, it's the thing I saw a bit at Leon Goretzka is he's fallen out with company. That's why he hasn't got them minutes that you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. So, and Leon Goretzka, he hasn't been the same since a few years ago. Like I remember, like a few seasons ago, that man was jacked. Like he was huge. And I look at him like past few seasons or this season, that his frame's gone completely. Like I don't know what's happened to him. Like he's gone from this sort of really tenacious box to box, you know, destroyer to a guy who's sort of a shell of himself and can't really get in the team anymore. So it's weird. It's a risk of a signing. But for me, I've preferred to have Zambo Anguissa in there personally.
Shall I name my second CDM I've got an idea?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Ryan Flamingo.
PSV? Is that the guy? Yeah. I've watched it a few times.
The only thing I can see going wrong is he's got like 3 or 4 years left in his contract, so that could bump the price up a bit.
Possibly, yeah.
But you know, he can play centre back as well. But I think he's been playing more as a CDM for PSV. I haven't really watched him, so you know.
Yeah.
But he averages 2 shot creating actions per 90, 5 progressive passes, 90.6% completion rate, 2 tackles and interceptions per 90.
Yeah. Like
I said, can play centre back. He's only 22 as well.
There you go. Yeah.
So, but the only thing is, because of that contract length, they could probably charge around 50-60 million. And you know, Man, you need to move away from the big money signings. I mean, I'm happy to scrap my shouts and go for Anguissa.
Yeah, I feel like your 2 are more risks. They could be really good. Goretzka's shown his quality. Flamingo is a young player. We don't know how he's going to be just yet.
Yeah, but I think out of the 3, I'm happy to go with Anguissa.
Yeah.
So
and he's a free sign as well.
Yeah, exactly. So Anguissa's our CDM.
Yeah.
Or box to box. We'll remember that at the end.
Yeah.
Right. So shall we go on to striker?
Yeah, let's
go. I do have an attacking midfielder, but I think they've got enough to last.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, Mount coming back from injury, maybe. Yeah.
But I can quickly just throw in my attacking midfielder shout of Nico Paz.
Yeah, he's been so good for Como, hasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I won't go on about him in depth because obviously we have to talk about our strikers.
Yeah.
But you know, 6 goals, 4 assists, averages 5 shot creating actions per 90, 5 progressive passes, takes around 4 shots a game. Yeah. And I'm referencing Joe Tomlinson's video recently. Yeah. Højlund's averaging 1.1 shots a game. So, you know,
it's not great, is it?
He's doing 4 times more of his shots. Yeah. The only thing is, he's got 3 years left in his contract at Como. So that could really bump value up. Yeah. But he's only 20 as well, which is crazy.
And I'm looking now, like he's got a goal.
Consistent.
He's got an assist against Napoli recently. Yeah. He's got a goal against Atalanta. He's scored against Udinese. Scored against Roma. He's scoring against he's making a big impact against them big teams, and he is one to watch out for. It's great business by Como to get him in, and they're going to demand a big fee, I think, and for right reasons, because he's looking really good. So it's a great shout.
Yeah, but should we not include him? Should we just leave him?
Yeah, I mean it's a good shout. It's a good suggestion to throw in there. Yeah,
we'll chuck him in there and then do the 11 and see what it looks like.
That's it.
Right, the big one, our striker.
Yeah.
Who have you gone with?
Gone with a slightly cheaper option. Yeah. A guy who's sort of very underrated, I think. Yusuf El Nasseri from Fenerbahce.
I'm not sure about that one.
27 years of age, very underrated in the past few years. I've really liked him when he was at Sevilla. And he went to Fenerbahce and he's still lighting it up. You know, was good was a good goal scorer in La Liga. In the 2020/21 season, he got 24 goals in 52 games. That was in all comps. Same with this one, 23/24 season, 20 goals in 41 games. And now this season, in Fenerbahce, he's got 25 goals and 5 assists in 38 games. Okay. So I feel like he's an experienced striker with Morocco as well, like them going in further into the World Cup. I feel like he's a very underrated striker, and he hasn't had his chance really to show it as much as we've been at Sevilla in a great league in La Liga, but I don't know why big clubs haven't taken notice of him, and Fenerbahce got him and he's doing fantastic as well there as well. So he's going to be a cheap option, 27 years of age, you know, he's got that, he's sort of coming into his peak as well. So I feel like it could be more of a smart move in terms of, you know, not as much risk. Sort of like how they bought in Xerxes, you know,
Yeah,
like a 35 million cheap option who could be really good. So yeah.
Okay, I mean that's a good shout, but my striker is going to be expensive, but I think he'll be worth it. I'll go with Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, from what I've watched, I'll probably get crucified for this. I think he's one of the best strikers in Europe at the minute.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think it helps he's in the Turkish league, personally.
He's playing far below his talent level, definitely. But the thing is, he wanted out of Napoli so bad. He took the Turkish league like 10 years before he would actually gone there.
Yeah, true.
But I was what game was it I watched? It was against Tottenham in the Europa League. That man had them on fucking strings.
Yeah.
He was averaging about 4 shots in a game.
Yeah.
You know, apparently he's going to be about 70 million. But the way he is with Napoli, you know, can they get him for a bit less, maybe 60?
Yeah,
65.
I feel like he's more of that sort of, you know, a guy who can put the team on his back, and you know,
which he did with Napoli.
That's
Him and
it.
Kvaratskhelia.
That's it, and that's what Man United need. Someone who, you know, not everyone needs to be 100% for them to win.
Yeah.
You know, it only needs Osimhen to be 100% for them to win, and maybe that's what they need.
He also is a contributor as well. He's only got 4 assists, but he's created 10 big chances this season.
There we go. So if you have players around him who can finish, you know, it should be a different story.
Like I said, he's an absolute shot monster. He averages across like all games. He averages about 6 per 90.
Yeah.
So he's taking 6 shots a game on average.
Yeah.
Like I said, Højlund's averaging 1.1.
Yeah.
Xerxes averaging 1.3.
There we go. Yeah.
So there we go. He's a big boy as well. I think he's like 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah.
He's got 14 goals in 18 games, sorry. And in the Europa League, he's got 7 goals and assists in 7 games.
There we go.
Because I don't think they're going to get Gyökeres. I don't think it's
Nah.
realistic. Whereas Osimhen could be.
Yeah.
You know,
possibly.
he's unhappy at Napoli.
Yeah.
It's a good price. He obviously what he did last season with them as well.
Yeah.
Won the Scudetto and stuff. I just think. I know we're trying to move away from big money signings, but this one is absolutely worth it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, in terms of player names, obviously we're putting Osimhen over El Nasseri, but my one was just more of an underrated shout.
I get that.
But I think we'll put Osimhen in.
Put Osimhen in,
yeah, it makes more sense.
Right,
yeah.
so with that, we are going to do a starting 11 if we were Amorim.
Yep.
And then see how it lines up come the start of the season. We're going to set up in Amorim's formation. So is it a 3-4-2-1?
Yep, that's it, yeah.
And we're going to confer, and that'll be our starting 11 come the start of next season. So we're starting in goal with everything considered. We're going Costa?
Diogo Costa, yep.
Yeah, so let's go to, is it the 3 centre-backs now?
3 centre-backs, yeah. Who are we having?
I would have De Ligt on the right.
Yep.
Maguire in the middle.
Yeah.
And Tomori on the left.
Okay, yeah.
But they can alternate between the 3.
I would have Maguire in the middle, Euro on the right, and Tomori on the left.
Okay, that's fine.
That would be my one.
Yeah.
Fullbacks, who we got?
Backs. I would have. I'd have Miguel Gutierrez on the left.
Yeah.
And Ahmad on the right.
Oh, as a wing back.
I just think the speed and pressing of Ahmad.
Okay.
And you know he's.
But when they're under the cosh, I don't know if Ahmad's a good.
So would you go Dallo?
I'd go Mazraoui on the right and Gutierrez on the left.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go with Mazraoui on the right.
Yeah.
The 2 defensive midfielders, 2 middle midfielders.
Yeah. I would go with.
You got Hernan Gisa?
Yeah.
That's a midfield.
That's it. Yeah, it's a very strong midfield. So I agree on that. Yeah. The 2 wingers / centre forwards.
2 10s.
Yeah. Who we
going
with?
Fernandes is definitely one.
Yeah.
And you know what? Obviously going off our side, I'll go Nico Paz.
Okay.
I think he's got the ability to drift out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with Fernandes and Ahmad in my one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Ahmad more just off the right, and Fernandes in that middle, just behind the striker.
You know what? I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paz can come off the bench.
That's it. Yeah. And up top,
Osimhen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be up on screen now.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid 11.
I think it's decent. I like it. Yeah.
But that's the end of our video, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is without knowing the ins and outs of everything at the club. Do you think we've rebuilt Man United well? Do you think we can challenge with this team next season? Let us know down in the comments below. And who would you sign? Who would you keep? Who would you get rid of? Yeah, let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials. They'll be up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll catch you next one, guys. See you later.